Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel. If you're brand new here, I'm Tim. I upload new videos every week all about running. Today I'm taking a look at a new shoe for 2020 from Saucony. It's their Ride 13. Let's lace them up, take them for a run, and then when we get back, we're going to take a close look to see if the Ride, lucky number 13, is the right shoe for you. Okay, so before I get started, I just want to give a shout out to Tim. Tim and I were having a conversation in the comment section of a previous video, and he was asking questions about the Saucony Ride 13. So I appreciate the question, and hopefully this will answer some of those for you. So let's start with just some of the basics of the shoe. It retails for $130. It is a neutral road shoe. It does fit true to size. It comes in at 9.7 ounces or 277 grams as their stated weight on Saucony's website. But what they don't tell me is what size that represents. I wear a men's size 9, so I put it on my scales and they came in at 10 ounces or 284 grams. So let's now turn and we'll look at the upper, which is where I like to start, and then we'll work our way around that shoe all the way down to the midsole and the outsole, and then we'll talk about the performance and what it's like to run in them. So Saucony has moved away from the ISO fit and moved to a form fit upper. What that means for you is it's an engineered mesh upper with a little bit of stretch to it. I did feel like it was very comfortable. It fit pretty snug on my midfoot. I felt pretty locked in all the way from the midfoot back to the heel. So I think they did a good job with that. I did have plenty of room in the toe box. I didn't feel crowded at all up there. Also, as we take a look at that toe box, you'll notice that it has lots of perforations in that area, which make it both lightweight as well as breathable. Now, they didn't continue those perforations much past the eyelet chain, or where the eyelet chain starts on the shoe, which I thought was kind of interesting. When I first looked at the shoe, I thought that they continued those on much further than that, just to create a little more airflow for you. But they really didn't. So I was a little bit fooled by some of the plastic overlays. And initially, like I said, when I took them out of the box, you'll notice that from that Saucony symbol above that plastic overlay, that's a bunch of little rubberized material that's kind of stuck in between that Saucony logo as up to the heel collar of the shoe. Now, taking a look at the eyelet chain. Now, they did reinforce the eyelet chain with some plastic overlays here, again, just to give it a little durability. And we might as well be taking a close look at those laces just because they're a little bit unique. Saucony has these puffy laces or padded laces in their shoes. And one of the things I did find with those, and it takes a little bit of getting used to just to tie them because they're a little bit stretchy. And again, they're puffy, so they're unique. But I did find that they do not come untied. They do the job that they're intended to do. So they are a little bit unique, but unique isn't necessarily a bad thing in this case. Now, looking at the heel collar of the shoe, it's well padded. The heel tab of the shoe is also well padded to give you that extra comfort on your run, as well as the tongue. It's got a lot of padding in the tongue. It's a big puffy tongue. It is semi-gusseted. I like the idea of a semi-gusseted tongue on a road shoe like this. I think they got it just right. It's enough material to hold it in place, so it's not going to migrate on you when you're out working out in the shoe. So I like that aspect of it. Also, we'll take a look at the insole. Now, the insole of this shoe it does have some structure to it. It's a nice padded insole, so that just adds to the comfort of the shoe as well. Now we'll look at the heel counter of the shoe. It has a lot of structure, which creates a nice heel pocket for your heel to set in. So consequently, I didn't have any slippage. So my heel didn't move up or down or side to side. I felt pretty locked in the entire time that I was running in this shoe. Now let's take a look at the magic of the shoe, which is the PWRRUN midsole. Now it has 32 millimeter stack height in the heel and a 24 millimeter stack height in the forefoot for an 8 millimeter drop from the heel to the toe. So that is a lot of foam. One of the things that surprised me, however, is I was expecting, given the amount of foam underfoot, that the shoe was going to be a bit more cushioned in my foot strikes through my gait cycle. But what I found is that foam is a bit more stout. Now it does have bounce. It is forgiving when you're hitting the ground, so it does have some cushion. It's just not a highly cushioned shoe. What you lose in cushion, however, you gain in responsiveness. And I did feel like that PWRRUN foam was pretty darn responsive. I felt very natural through my foot strike and gait cycle. And as we look at that midsole a little closer in the heel area, you'll see that they beveled that just a little bit. And that made it a very nice, easy, smooth transition, again, through my gait cycle while I was running. So let's flip the shoe over and we'll take a look at that outsole. They've got tons of rubber here, and all of that PWRRUN foam is being protected pretty much. So I think you're going to get a lot of durability, a lot of miles out of this shoe with some really great traction. So if you're out on some slipperier roads, or as I often run, you notice that probably in the run sequence, I was out on some trails as well as a little bit of pavement here and there. I felt very comfortable when I picked up the pace or going around corners that the shoe was going to keep me pretty secure to the road. It also has, as we look at that outsole, what they call a tri-flex system, or what sometimes I just call relief cuts, but that allows for your foot to go smoothly through your gait cycle for your toe off. So if I could have just one word to describe this shoe, I think that word would be balanced. So it's not the lightest shoe that's out there for a daily trainer, but it's not the heaviest either. It's not the most highly cushioned shoe, but it's also not the most responsive or stiff shoe out on the road either. So it falls right in that middle category. I think it's a workhorse. It has lots of that PWRRUN foam. It's completely covered with rubber on that outsole, so I think it's going to be really durable, last a long time. So if you're looking for a shoe that you can really put some miles on pretty darn comfortably, then the Ride 13 might be the right shoe for you. Hey, I enjoyed running in this shoe. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe give it a thumbs up. As always, run tall, run strong, be kind to one another. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.